Hey everybody, Pat Sowers, Team Sowers. We are here with our 2015 TRD Off-Road. This is part 2 of Level Your Taco, and I gotta tell you, we were in desperate need of a little bit of help here in the front end. As we told you in the first video, we went with the Rancho Quick Lift and the Rancho rear shocks. The part numbers are in the first video. We also purchased Sumo springs for both front and rear. Best decision I ever made was not doing this myself. Number one, doing it in a driveway without a lift would have been a nightmare. I gotta tell you, it'd probably taken me 3 days to get this project done. Luckily, my mechanic Paul has a lift right there in his shop, so we took it over there, and Paul took the lead on the install. I was just there for photos and help. All in all, the Sumo springs are exactly what we expected. They got rid of the bump stops and put in an actual engaged part in there, not just a bump at the end, but something that actually cushions throughout the entire movement of the suspension. It touches not only when you bottom out, but it actually touches all the way through the process. So that's great, and we appreciate that. The Rancho, the struts and springs went in, and you do have to dismantle the whole front end to get them in there. And I gotta tell you, I'm a pretty handy guy, but I knew this is not something I want to do by myself, laying on my back in my driveway. So rear shocks were great. They are a fit, but as you can see from these photos, the grinder was definitely needed. Where the shock attaches to the axle, the new Ranchos are much fatter than the original Bilsteins, so it was a little bit of cutting and pushing to get those in. Paul did a little extra grinding to make sure that we had proper clearance in there. So again, probably not a level one, definitely something you need to know what you're doing. As you can see from the photo here, we actually gained quite a bit. We got about 2.5 inches in the front. It advertises 1.5 to 2, so I can assume that we're gonna get a little bit of compression here as we drive over the next few miles. The rear, we actually picked up 0.75 inches in the rear, which I thought was kind of cool. We didn't add a leaf, we didn't put a block in there, we just used the new shock and the Sumo spring. The Sumo spring, like I said, instead of just being at the end, actually makes contact all the way through. It's partly compressed, so we actually picked up a little bit of a cushion there. I can tell you it rides like a brand new truck going down the road. It's a little stiff. The shocks have 9 settings for cushion. All the way to the left, straight up and down, 12 o'clock is as soft as it gets. All the way to the right, 6 o'clock is as stiff as it gets. We went right in the middle at 5 for front and rear. At 3 o'clock, very happy with the ride. Definitely a change from the stock feel, or at least the 60,000 mile stock feel of what was on here. I think we picked up a little bit of lift in the back and the front because what we had was worn out, but these front coils definitely need to wear in a little bit. Very important, safety is important. Make sure you know what you're doing when you're doing this. Your final and last stop always has to be the front end alignment shop. Once you do anything to your suspension, you're removing tie rod ends and things like that, everything moves. We actually did our alignment about 3 weeks ago when we put the new tires and wheels on, and so we know the alignment was perfect then, and sure enough, we took it in today and they had to make more adjustments. We'll look and see how much the front settles and decide whether we want to add a little bit to the back. We certainly will not add a block to the back. If anything, we'll put add a leaf in. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Appreciate your time. Hope this helps somebody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.